And welcome along. It is the Perth Racing Preview on the eve of the Asian Bow Stakes. And to all our subscribers on perthracing.com.au, I hope you're enjoying the new site as much as we are bringing it to you. And Dion, I know the Asian Bow Stakes is always one of your favourite meetings because in many ways it does hold the key to the Railway Stakes.
It sure does, Marty, and I think whatever wins this race could get a hefty penalty into the railway, that's for sure. Yeah,
that is for sure. We'll have a look at weather, track and rail for this Saturday. The last couple of Saturdays at Ascot, it's been quite cool. It's been wintry conditions with a strong sou'wester in before the first, but it'll be a bit different this week because we're expecting the easterly to be blowing early. Fine, a windy morning, a bit of flatulence about. Expected maximum of 26 degrees. The track is good, the rail 3 metres. Just been walking on the track. Jeff Murphy gave me a nice old blast because apparently an email went out saying no one was allowed on there. They've just fertilised it and there's every chance that I could have some sort of chemical poisoning. So if I just sort of nod off in the middle of this broadcast, Dion, just take control.
I sure will, Marty. I'm ready to jump in.
Oh, you're always ready to jump in. That's what I'm worried about. Race number 1. Let's have a look at the first. And interesting race, Dion. Really been waiting for a few of these horses to get to the racetrack. And we've got some pretty smart ones that are returning to the racetrack. We'll take a look at the past run of Bint Le Maire when Bint Le Maire was successful in June. Also, Averrose has been in terrific form at Northern for Ian Gladding. The past trial of Aliotto, also Robin the Great and Faint. They are all from the trials. We won't go back and have a look at Live Our Dream, but he was a last start winner and did run a very good trial to Fleeting Wings. Explosive Mac has been to the trials, ran second to Brocky's Ace. Estiarte, one from the Luciani stable, has a second at Northern to Blazing Gun alongside of his name. Proud Falcon came from the trials but was down the track beaten 11.5 lengths in the race won by Mama Machine. But now time to go back and take a look at the first of our replays. We're going back to June of this year. What Bint Le Maire had promised plenty, got to 1,400 metres and what Bint Le Maire power to the line.
Front, back behind them, Pescarel Biro getting into the open, and then Bint Le Maire inside the 200 they come. Kooyong Road in front, Bint Le Maire and Pescarel Biro trying hard with Shady Storm. Kooyong Road flat as a biscuit, tackled by Bint Le Maire and Pescarel Biro in the middle. Pescarel Biro, and on the outside Bint Le Maire, maybe Pescarel.
That was a good run that day by Bint Le Maire. She ran a slashing race first up over 1,000 metres, flew from last and just got beat to Nana Smoothie. If she can return to that form this preparation, she's going to be hard to beat first up.
Ian Gladding's always had a high opinion of Averrose. Ran a good third to Moisture before coming out and winning its last 2 races at Northern, and here Averrose beats the highly fancied Pillow Time.
Challenge, 2 lengths Cosmic Joy, Flip Star. Averrose still the leader. Harvey's now getting busy here on Pillow Time against the rail, but it's Averrose clearly in front down to the 200. Averrose by a length. Pillow Time trying to rally from Savannah's Ace. Averrose, Pillow Time coming now. It's Averrose and Pillow Time, but Averrose with about a half length advantage. Pillow Time driving. Pillow Time, Averrose deep out.
Good run by Averrose, or good win. He's won 2 races now at the Provincials, stepping up in class here. A higher pressure speed race up front might get the better of him.
All right, there's always been opinion of Aliotto since we saw him at the trials. He won a pretty weak race over 1,200 metres first up and then was put away. This was his last trial. He was very impressive.
Aliotto's got a big lead racing inside the 300. It's cruising along, led by 4 lengths to the Den, battling on. Further back, starting to run through, was Ready Freddy, hitting the line well, and so is Aces for Amber. Well clear is Aliotto, though, with 100 metres to go. Aces for Amber running on with Ready Freddy, but Aliotto's pretty good, and Aliotto won by 3 lengths to Aces for Amber, and third home Ready Freddy.
It looked very good, that trial, so I'm going to have to talk it down slightly. He went to the front, jumped and led and won over 1,000 metres. He didn't beat much. He doesn't appear to have grown a lot from his 2-year-old days. I'd prefer to watch him just once, Aliotto.
Okay, Phil the Duke Human's always got a good horse in the yard. We know that with some of the horses he's produced over the years. Here's another one. Robin the Great has been to the trials twice and both times has got the money.
Daniel Stake with Robin the Great putting in its run. Memphis going to the inside to pick up some ground was Villa Sun, and coming right down the outside is Western Standard putting in a run, and also Clever Coney's coming through strongly. It's Western Standard coming after Robin the Great. Robin the Great in front from Western Standard, and Robin the Great wins by neck to Western Standard. 2 lengths Villa Sun.
Certainly wasn't knocked around. Robin the Great had a bit in reserve getting to the line there, and we don't really know what he did have in reserve, but, you know, I think he can run a race first up.
OK, let's go to Larkhill now. This horse has been to the trials on many occasions. Steve Wallace trains Faint now. The horse at Faint beats here, Mystical Czar, produced on last Sunday at Northam and got the money.
To head Mystical Czar, Faint in front from Mystical Czar, fighting back 2 lengths away, then to Raunchy Business being followed down the outside by Black in Time. On the outside, Faint in front, Mystical Czar comes back, but Faint in front, and Faint has won by a neck from Mystical Czar, 4 lengths away third, Black in Time.
Good trial win by Faint, and as you mentioned, good form around the trial. He's won a stack. He's at last outing 4 outings at the trials for all victories. It's a shame they don't pay out at the trials, but his form's good. He can run a race.
I think she might be a filly, Dion. I'm not
She,
sure.
Marty?
She, yeah. The sex change, allowed to make a couple of them per meeting. I normally do. I love a sex change every now and then. But Faint is a horse I've been waiting and waiting and waiting for, and I think this could be her race. Drawn 4, if you have a look at selections in the first. Black in Time in that trial too was beaten senseless, and we know he goes well. On top to beat 7, Robin the Great, 4, Ali Otto. I think they'll be leading early, and Faint can just sit on the pace.
Black in Time did strip a lot fitter into his next trial, but I've gone that way as well, Marty. Number 9, Faint, to beat number 1, Binton Lemaire first up, and the debutante at number 7, Robin the Great, to run third.